What's up, people? In this video, Gina Harrison gave me a link from the YT site, The Economists. Okay, I don't know what this is. If you guys have other recommendations, let me know.
For decades, people who want to control their weight have been told to count calories. Given that the great majority of diets fail, is this good advice? Could the calorie be one of the biggest delusions in dietary history? The idea of counting calories was introduced by Wilbur Atwater.
It's kind of funny to me, like the lengths that people will go to excuse, to like avoid responsibility. Now they're saying like, calories aren't real. That's like saying inches aren't real, centimeters aren't real. You know, it's a unit of measurement, man-made, obviously, like man-defined. But most people fail. Most diets fail because most people are fucking lazy pieces of shit, straight up. Like, sorry, that's why diets fail, not because calories fucking are fake or something. You know, like honestly, like okay, fine. I don't really care, really. I actually don't care. Like honestly, it's good for me. Like fat people are good for me. The more fat people that there are, the easier my life will be. The better my life will be. The more fat, unattractive people there are, my life will be better. Because by comparison, I will seem like a fucking superhuman who like has the discipline to like not, indulge on 5,000 calories a day and like do all these mental gymnastics of like, now calories aren't real, like being healthy is fat, or being fat is healthy. You can be just as healthy if you're fucking 300 pounds. Okay, cool. Yeah, go ahead, like believe that shit, fine, calories aren't real. It just makes it easier for me. I don't care. I'm not like, I don't make money from fitness, really. I just make money, well, I don't even really make that much money, to be honest with you, but like, there's a reason. A couple of people have asked me, they're like, why don't you offer coaching? Why don't you offer like paid calls or something like that? First of all, I mean, $20 to fucking talk to you for an hour. It's not, I mean, no offense. Like, I'm sure you're nice, but like, I'm not going to talk to anybody for an hour for $20. It's not worth it to me. Sorry. But like, no. Second of all, like you don't need my help. Maybe for accountability, fine, but that's more than $20. Like you want to pay me fucking, I don't know, $1,000 a month? Fine, I'll fucking coach you, no problem. Like call me whenever you want. Not really though. And I'll hold you accountable, maybe, but it's up to you. Like what the fuck do you expect? Like I'll tell you to do it. But what do you want from me? Like what? How can I possibly? I'm gonna like come to your house and like strap you to my special like apparatus and force feed you salad and like tie you up so you don't go to McDonald's on your own. Like what do you want? Yeah, this shit is not hard, people. Like it's really not hard. It honestly boggles my mind to think that this video, somebody thought this video was a good idea. And who knows, there's 2.5 minutes left. Maybe like somehow she'll prove that calories are wrong or something. But it boggles my mind to think that people will go to such lengths to somehow hide the fact that they're eating shitty food, have no self-control, and are just making the wrong choices overall. Like, what actually is wrong with people? I don't understand. Like, if you're broke, is it because money isn't real? Is it because hard work isn't real? Is it because like capitalism isn't real? You're broke? Maybe. No, obviously not. It's because you're not fucking working. You're not fucking selling something. Like you're not like actually trying, or you're trying the wrong thing. You're working at fucking McDonald's. Oh, I'm working at McDonald's, but I'm broke. That means fucking capitalism doesn't exist. Okay, money's not like dollars aren't real. Retarded.
Water. He believed that a calorie is a calorie. His theory was that a calorie provided the body with an equal amount of energy, no matter what kind of food or micronutrient it came from. He concluded that 1 gram of either protein or carbohydrate provided 4 calories of energy, compared with none from 1 gram of fat. And, more than a century later,
Okay, so that is true, everybody. Newsflash, that is true. Okay? I'm not a fucking scientist. Whatever. I don't have my little, like, fucking apparatus for testing how many calories things have. That is true, but there are other aspects of food, other attributes, other characteristics of food that will influence your rate of weight gain or weight loss other than how many calories are in that food. Shocking, isn't it, to think that a gram of salmon is different than a gram of wheat bread? Like, honestly, the people who like buy into this fucking calories in, calories out, like how, like, people just don't think is really what it comes down to. People don't think. They don't want to think. They don't want to think for themselves. They don't want to test anything on their own. They just want the easy, fast solution that some fit person gives them online, or some like well-made video convinces them, that that's what they do. People are not in it for the long haul, right? And we're talking about fitness right here as an example, but like, if you are a lifelong fitness enthusiast, let's call it, this shit will become obvious over the course of your fitness journey. The only people that struggle with this are fucking fat, lazy people who are looking for shortcuts. That's why you diet a million times and fail every single time, because you're fucking lazy. Straight up. You're just a lazy person. You're looking for shortcuts. You don't want to admit that the actual solution is to go to the fucking gym and eat healthy food. You're like, well, if a calorie is a calorie, then that means I can eat Oreos as long as I only eat 3/4 of a sleeve of Oreos, because my TDEE is actually 1,800 calories, and half a sleeve of Oreos compared to everything else that I've had. Oh, that means I can actually have 3 sleeves of Oreos. Wow, this is great. I love dieting. It's amazing. People are actually retarded because they're looking for the easy answers. Like, you look for the easy answers, you look for shortcuts. What do you expect? You get what you deserve. You actually get what you deserve.
compared with none from 1 gram of fat. And, more than a century later, that series of numbers, 449, remains in standard use around the world today to calculate the energy that we get from foods. But what Atwater didn't factor in at the time was that different people burn different foods at different rates, depending on their genetic makeup or variables such as the type of bacteria in an individual's gut. And cooking food will increase the amount of calories a person can absorb from it. Atwater's findings led to the misconception that fat always leads to more weight gain than other foods, including sugar. This theory has shaped dietary policy in the West for decades. In fact, if excess sugar is in the bloodstream, then insulin stacks it straight into fatty tissue, making eating sugar the fastest way to create body fat.
Okay. I wonder, there's a little bit over a minute left in this video. Do you think they'll mention exercise at all? Do you think? And fine, it's The Economist. I highly doubt anybody at The Economist is fucking out there crushing it in the gym. Highly doubt it. So honestly, what do they know? I was on 4chan the other day, and they posted a link to some article by I don't know, it was some study. It was study proves that obesity is genetic or something, some fucking retarded shit like that. And it's 4chan, people are gonna say what they actually think without any of this social appropriateness bullshit. And somebody was like, dude, scientists are all DYEL. Do you even lift? Right? It's a term for people who are out of shape. Scientists are all DYEL. Don't listen to what they say anyway, because they fucking have no idea what they're talking about. Obviously, why are you listening to these studies? Just go to the gym and fucking work out. All the stuff that I say is not. I mean, yeah, fine. These are all my ideas, I guess, but these are echoed frequently on 4chan's Fitboard, because over there's no bullshit. There's no excuses. People don't tolerate this shit because they have some sort of public-facing persona where they have to insert all of these qualifying statements, I'm going to say something bad about fat people, but if you have an eating disorder, call this hotline, or I'm not trying to trigger you, or maybe there's a trigger warning in here, but fat people are unhealthy because of this study. Go to the gym, eat healthy food. Ugh, I can't even do this anymore.
The fault is not entirely Atwater's. In 1967, the sugar industry secretly funded Harvard University research designed to point the blame for rising obesity levels at fat rather than sugar. This led the US Senate and many other governments to recommend a low-fat, low-cholesterol diet. That advice coincided with the most dramatic rise in obesity in human history. contributing to a rapid rise in cardiovascular diseases, which have become the leading cause of death worldwide. Atwater's assumptions have become so deeply entrenched in society that many deem an overhaul of the system too disruptive and expensive.
That's right, everybody. Fat people who are watching this, guess what? It's not your fault that you're fat. This guy, Atwater, he invented calories, and the sugar industry, they funded Harvard, and that affected the foods that are in grocery stores, and you really had no chance. I mean, plus people metabolize food at different rates, and what else? Like, you've just been misled your entire life. I mean, you know, that's why you're fat. Has nothing to do with the fact that you don't actually like eat any vegetables, haven't stepped foot in a gym in years, and are making what you probably secretly think you know are like unhealthy choices. No. It's Harvard's fault. It's the sugar industry's fault. Society's fault. That's why. It's not like. This is why I hate videos like this. It's like, why don't you just take responsibility? Like let's pretend for a second. I don't know. Do fat people even watch my videos? I doubt it. But let's say there's some fat people out there who are watching this, right? Let's pretend that let's just pretend, because I know obviously it's like Harvard's fault and the sugar industry's fault that you're fat, obviously. But let's pretend that it was you, that you could do something to lose fat and get healthy. What do you think that would be? Let's just pretend. We'll go to pretend land for a second, right? Let's pretend that you could lose weight and get fit. Let's say get like muscles and shit, like abs. You could have abs. How do you think you would do that? How would we do that? Let's think. Maybe do you think I'll give you some yes or no questions. Do you think going to the gym and working out would help that? If you say no, I don't know, you're hopeless. Like, just fucking go to McDonald's right now, please. What about, do you think eating, let's say, natural, healthy foods that were around before 1978, do you think that would help you lose weight? Do you think not eating anything that was made after 1978, like the brand of food, let's say, like, do you think that would help you? Eating less processed foods, essentially? Do you think those things would help? I mean, come on, people, like, really? I don't know. It's just the path to success is just fucking play on people's desire to avoid responsibility. That's really what it comes down to, I think, at least in the media. It's like you write an article or make a piece of content that says your problem is not your fault and here's why. People love that shit. Your problem is not your fault and it's actually this other thing's fault. Here, read this. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous.
But more than a century on, it's time to bury the world's most useless measure.
I think calories are useless too, but only because I think proper food choice is more valuable, which she doesn't really allude to that or say at all, because it's the fucking Economist and they're like, it's not their job. I also think calories are retarded to count. I never count calories unless it's like after the fact, just because I know people watching are curious as to like how many calories maybe I consume in a meal, because I do OMAD. But even then, I don't really like count it. Or if I'm going to do like a 10,000 calorie challenge, I might count calories. Yeah, just eat the right foods. You don't need to count your fucking calories. Like, I don't know, whatever. This video's for stupid people. I'm curious, what's the very proud of the Economist for tackling? Oh, this guy. There's Harvard again. Title is misleading. I should leave a comment. What comment should I leave? This is great advice for stupid people. Lazy, fat people. How about that? That's good, right? It's pretty much my recommendation. Okay, anyway, if you guys have any other recommendations for videos or YouTubers that you want me to take a look at, let me know. Leave me a comment.